30-yard pitch shot over a slight slope. The green's going to run left to right as the ball gets on the green. How you going to play it? Take your gap wedge at the ball in the middle of the stance, put the left foot up. Feeling from here is I've got a bare lie, so I'm going to have minimal wrist hinge. I'm going to keep the arms nice and straight, so I'm going to lift my hands up, keep my arms nice and straight, really feel like the club head works straight back. On the way through, I'm not lifting the leading edge off the ground, that exposes too much of the bounce. The club's just going to bounce before the golf ball, and we'll be here all day trying to hit the shot. Left foot open, a little bit closer, swing the club, feel like the club head works straight back, and as we come through, keep the follow through nice and short, so keep the leading edge down, hands are almost just going to pass your left pocket in a gentle rotation of the chest. Focus on the spot just on the front edge of the green, closer, swing the club out, swing the club across, keep the club face nice and open, keep the follow through nice and short. When you've got a plan before you hit the shot, it's easier to execute. Guys, land in a bunker. What's the easiest way of playing this shot? Take your most lofted club, set up to the golf ball, stand nice and wide with your feet, dig your feet in, ball position, just left to centre, open up that club face. You're trying to get the club head to release into the back of the golf ball, so the club head's going to get to the golf ball before the grip end of the club. The feeling of impact, just think about you're throwing the club head into the back of the ball, so the grip end of the club points back towards your right hip at impact. Nice wide stance, low hands, lean your weight left, so left knees over left foot, open up the club face. As you come into impact, you really feel like the club head hits the ground a couple inches before the golf ball, and then the grip end of the club points back towards your right hip. Nice wide stance, low hands, open that club face, release the club, grip end of the club point back towards your right hip, and then grip end of the club up and left. Keep that club face nice and open. And commit to the shot. Best bunker shot I've hit all year. If you want to revolutionise your pitching, easy way of playing this, get the ball running as quickly as possible, play it like a draw shot. What you're going to do, you're going to set up to the golf ball, get the ball a little bit further back, get the hands a bit more ahead, so that's going to take the loft off the club face. And the feeling from here is as I release the club, the toe of the club is going to release. So I'm going to try and point the toe of the club at the target. That's going to get the club face closing down, it's going to create a bit more ball speed. I don't need too much loft for this shot, so I'm going to land the ball just off the edge of the green, so ball back, hands ahead, and then just short follow through, just gently point the toe of the club at the target. So point the toe of the club at the target, keep the hands quite close to the left pocket. When you've got a plan, it just makes the shot a little bit easier. Try that shot, let me know how you get on. So ball sitting down the rough, how are you going to play this? Be brave, take your most lofted club. We know here the ball's going to come out quite quickly. There's quite a lot of grass between club face and ball. We know here the toe's going to dig into the ground, close the face down. One thing, open the face, hinge the club up really quickly in the backswing. As we come into impact, the heel of the club is going to interact with the ground. Keep the club face nice and open. So working the club up quicker, shorter follow through, allow the toe to work across the golf ball. Just like that, easy. Different lie this time, ball sitting above the rough. What we're going to do, take less loft, substitute your 58 for your 50. We know here, if we're too steep, we're just going to go straight underneath the golf ball. So we're going to do, move the ball slightly further forward, keep the arms nice and straight. The contact points, the first 2 or 3 grooves. Flick it off the top of the grass, the club's going to work a bit more inside, and then the club's going to work low to high. So I want to just clip the ball off the top of the rough, there's no wrist hinge for this. Ball forward, nice straight arms, a little bit more inside and a little bit more up. Allow the golf ball to come off its first 2 or 3 grooves. Comes out quite soft, just like that.
Right Jay, Jordan Spieth, tell me.
Very good golfer, lots of money as well. Different way of playing this, Jordan Spieth sees everything as a cut shot. What does that entail? Many golfers stand too far away, club head really works around the body. Disaster if you want to get your low point ahead of the golf ball. Easy way of playing this, you're going to open up the lower body, get a little bit closer, open the face, but the feeling from here is you're going to let the toe of the club interact with the ground. The club's really working up and left through impact, the toe of the club's interact, so you feel like really getting the path working left through the shot. Handle up, bring the toe up, keep the hands quite close to your left pocket. That's the one.
That is the one.
Such a fiddly shot though, isn't it?
Love it.
Guys, we've landed on a bare lie. How are you going to play this shot? You're going to lean a little bit more left, so all your pressure is going to be orientated towards your left side. Your eye alignment and chest is going to be ahead of the golf ball. Softness in the grip, nice light grip pressure, there's no panic. I'm not applying any pressure to the grip end of the club, and as I release the club I'm going to feel like extend towards the target. So I'm leaning left, my eye alignment's ahead of the golf ball, I'll feel like my left shoulder's lower. I'm going to stand closer to the ball, nice light grip pressure, swing the club back, nice straight arms, light grip pressure, don't panic. And then my chest is going to start to extend through impact. So I feel like the toe interacts with the ground, nice and slow on the way back, and nice and slow on the way through. Just let the chest rotate towards the target on the way through. Miss the green, narrow down your focus. The one thing we're going to consider with this shot is we need to make sure we hit the golf ball first. What we're trying to do is we've got a 30-yard shot. I'm trying to land the ball halfway. How we're going to play this, instead of getting the ball too far forward and getting your chest too far behind your belt buckle, we're going to focus on a spot 2 or 3 inches ahead of the golf ball, and the main objective here is we're trying to point our chest at that spot, and on the way through we're trying to allow the club to stay lower to the ground on the way through. So that's going to keep the leading edge down. Point your chest 2 or 3 inches in front of the golf ball. We're trying to hit a spot 2 or 3 inches ahead of the golf ball. That's going to enable you to hit the golf ball first and control your low point ahead of the golf ball. So how do you play this shot? Flare your left foot and your left knee open, get the heels quite close together. Left shoulder is going to point over your left foot. That's going to feel like all your weight's into your left side. So I'm going to keep the leading edge down. I don't want to expose too much bounce. Leading edge has to stay a little bit more flatter to the ground. Point my chest towards where I want the ball to land. Only focus is I'm trying to land the club a couple inches ahead of the golf ball. Guys, we've missed the green. We have 20 yards to the flag. We need to hit this quite low. We've got quite a lot of green to work with. Instead of taking your 58, throw it away, take your 50, low tariff shot. Don't stand too far away, don't get the hands too low, club head works around your body. Then as we come into impact, we drive the handle low and left, digging the leading edge into the ground. What we want you to feel, we're going to get a little bit closer, flare the left foot and the left knee. We're going to make some swings. Think about the club's going to go wider in the backswing, then narrower in the follow through. So we're not going really narrow where we create too much hinge. Think a gentle rotation of your left shoulder, keep the hands nice and wide, and then on the way through, we want to keep the hands nice and narrow. We're going to get closer to the golf ball, hands higher, hands nice and wide, and then nice and narrow. As you release the club, your hands are just working low and into your left pocket. The ball's going to come off with a little bit more speed, but the release is going to be softer because we have less loft. So I think as we release the club, we're not driving the grip end of the club low and left, we're just gently allowing the grip end of the club to work up and left through impact. Visualise where you want the ball to land first. Wide, narrow. First, a simple thought if you struggle with your pitching. Many golfers add too much hinge early on in the backswing, so too much hinging of the wrist too early. The angle gets really narrow. Then as we come into impact, we either drive the grip in the club low and left, we start to release all those angles early where we start to tilt back. If you're this golfer, just think about the distance the grip end of the club travels in the backswing. So the grip end of the club's not pointing down towards my left foot in the backswing. The grip end of the club's going to go wider in the backswing and then narrower in the release. So let the club head cruise into impact, applying no pressure to the grip end of the club. Think nice light grip pressure. The grip end of the club wider in the backswing, narrower in the follow through. The follow through, we're just trying to put the grip end of the club in our left pocket. We're not adding too much hinge, we're not going really narrow then really wide. Think about, take the pressure off the thumbs, nice light grip pressure, apply no pressure to the grip end of the club. Wide to narrow on the way through, get your chest to point forward, hands quite close to your left hip. Taking the thumbs off the grip, less pressure in the handle. I'm not drastically driving the handle low and left. Thumbs off the club, grip end of the club working up and left through impact.